we're joined today by Maisie, who's one of our LVI keepers, that's lower vertebrates and invertebrates. And as you might have guessed, we've come to see our giant tortoises. Now, Maisie, who have we got in front of us at the minute?
Okay, so we have got a group of 5. We've got 4 of us with us here at the moment. So we've got our 2 boys right in front of me here. So we've got Timmy, Elvis, and then 2 of our females. We've got Cleo and Miley there, and we've got Dora being antisocial in the other room.
Right, okay, so Timmy and Elvis.
Yes.
Huge.
Yeah, 100%. They're normally sexually mature between the age of 20 and 30, so these guys are what we would call fully grown at the moment. The males can grow to about 1.1 metres and the females to about 0.9.
Right, but how heavy?
So, the last time we weighed them was in October 2020,
right.
And Elvis, our biggest, was 220 kilograms.
220 kilos?
Yes.
Okay, that's like 3 of me.
Yes,
right.
That's heavy.
Tortoise, okay. And I know they can get a little bit bigger than this, but 220 kilos,
yes.
That's quite a big tortoise.
Yes.
Okay, and how old do you think he is at the minute?
So estimating only on the size they were when they came to us, we're estimating them to be about 35 years old.
Okay, right. Now I know that when they came to us they were a lot smaller.
Yes.
So
yeah.
we're talking sort of 6 inches
yeah.
or so in length, but how did we get them?
So they were actually taken from customs from illegally being smuggled for the pet trade.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So taken at Heathrow or somewhere like that?
Yes.
And found being smuggled into the country?
Yes.
Okay, and then we were offered them to provide a home for them by Customs Net?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Okay, so they've had sort of 35 years here, and
yes.
grown quite a bit. And these are Aldabra giant tortoises?
Aldabra giant tortoises, yeah.
Okay, so I know you get giant tortoises in the Galapagos
yes.
and in Aldabra, which is part of the Seychelles, so
yes.
2 different parts of the world.
Yeah.
Is there any difference?
I mean, size-wise, they grow to about the same.
Okay.
The only difference is where they live, obviously. Right. But other than that, there used to be a lot more species of giant tortoise. But yeah, we've got the 2 that are left, but there are different subspecies of each species as well.
Right. Okay. Now, I know you were doing a browse feed for them.
Yes.
What have they got?
Yeah, so this is a new enrichment that we're trying, and they've got some natural browse that we've just managed to chop for them, which is buddleia. Right. And then we're also including some of their favourite greens in there as well. So we've got some pak choy, some chicory, and some of their favourite vegetables, carrots and celery as well.
Okay, so as in the wild, they eat a lot of like leaves and grass
yes.
and weed stems.
Yeah, they're big grazers.
Okay, so buddleia, I would not have thought of them eating.
I know, yeah, well, it's a safe feed for them. We don't give it to them all the time, but yeah, they enjoy it.
Well, they just eat the bark?
They don't eat the leaves, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And pak choy as well, they seem to be enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm sure all you can see is the rear end of a tortoise, but they're munching away on their food, but you put it up off the ground?
Yes, so in the wild they would try and reach trees as well, and when you see them really stretch their necks up, so they will be able to reach some of these higher leaves as well, because they really stretch their necks up so they can reach them.
Right, okay, I would not have expected them to reach quite as high, is that?
Yeah.
Okay, now, we said we've got Timmy and Elvis, the 2 males,
yes.
and the females are Cleo and
Miley.
Right, okay. Is there differences in personality?
Not really. I mean, you've got some of the boys. Elvis is a bit more boisterous than Timmy. He eats his food a lot quicker, and Timmy sort of takes his time a bit more. But other than that, they've pretty much all got really nice temperament.
If you've got any kids who've been watching The Zoo on TV, which was the animated series that was based here at Paignton, they may well recognise our giant tortoises. We've got Timmy, who's just walking out off shot in a minute, and Elvis. Timmy was the one who can bebop, right?
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to see if he does that.
He was, yeah, no, I don't think we're going to be able to see him today.
Right, okay. Now, we were talking about training as well. You mentioned target training,
yes.
which is...
so you have sort of a brightly coloured thing on top of a stick, and basically they get used to following it, and we normally get them to hit their noses with it, and you reward them with something.
Right, okay.
So they associate that following with a reward, so they would do it when we need them to.
So why do you need to train?
Okay, so obviously their size, for example, they're not very easy to pick up and move. For our benefit, cleaning in here is a real pain because they associate us with food as well, so they come towards us as soon as we come in. So it's quite handy to be able to get them out of the way so we can service in here and do what we need to do in here.
Right, so you can actually sort of move them around using them.
Yes, yeah. Yellow is a great colour because they associate that with bananas, so they're quite happy to follow a banana around as well. So, yeah.
It's quite neat. I suppose you could use that if you're weighing them.
Yeah, so weighing them, we actually have a system, which is why we haven't done it since October. Normally we rely on them going outside, and we place the scales right outside their door, so as they're going over it, we get a good weight off them, but obviously we keep them inside during the winter.
Right, so slow moving target, they just pause long enough on the scales and you can know that Elvis is 220 kilos.
Yes.
Okay, now, interesting adaptations. I heard that they can drink through their nostrils, is that right?
They can drink through their nostrils, yeah. So in the wild, on the island of Aldabra, they have a really long dry period.
Okay.
So they can go months without food and water. But when they do have water, they drink it in such huge amounts, they can store it in their bladder.
Okay.
And then when there's shortage of water, they can drink through their nose so they can get water out of the shallowest of puddles.
Shallow puddles, right?
Yeah.
Because Aldabra, so there's this big coral atoll in the Indian Ocean. There's no freshwater sources, so the tortoises like this are relying just on rainfall and puddles, and that's why there are no people that live there all the time.
Yeah.
Now, conservation-wise,
Yes.
we talk about them being vulnerable.
Yes.
So the scientists say they're vulnerable to extinction. There's 100,000 of them left, but
Yes.
that's not always been the case. Right?
No, it hasn't. They used to be hunted, obviously, by humans, obviously, for the pet trade. It was their main threat, and their numbers decreased dramatically.
In the past, eating. I mean, they're hunted.
Yes.
The sailors would take them, put them upside down on their boats, and then use them as basically fresh
Yeah,
meat.
that's it.
They were almost extinct. I think.
Yeah, and but I think Aldabra has now been protected since 1960s.
Okay.
So yeah, we've seen a real growth in numbers.
Okay, that's great. Well, thank you very much, Maisie, for taking the time out to talk to us today.
Thank you
Thank
very
you for listening. Hope you can come and see us soon at Paignton Zoo. Cheers.
Thank you. Timmy.
Timmy. You're getting a message. Happens every time.
It does.
Does it?
It must